dear friends, dear community, beings seen and unseen, beings known and unknown, beings that are alive or not alive, beings that are near and or far away. I am inviting all of you to be here, to gather, to arrive in this space, to practice and to understand about the truth concerning what is direct experiencing. The question of what is direct experiencing. And we may in fact invite members of the community who are here now or who may soon arrive to bring up for themselves an answer to a question like this. But it is not necessary to bring up your own answer when you are with a meditation teacher, when you are with a Buddhist monk. It is more appropriate to bring up your own question, a question that comes from your heart, a question that comes from the depth of heart, the depth of mind, and to ask that question in such a way where you are willing and ready and interested to receive an answer. It is said that upon lighting incense, our prayers and our blessings and our request for blessings flow out, are offered out, are invited out to everyone, everywhere, especially the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the higher realms of existence. These Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, these beings in higher realms of existence, can take care of our problems, no issue. And in making donations, in lighting incense, in doing good deeds, in practicing mindfulness, in forgiving ourselves and forgiving our experiences and the people that we encounter, we are requesting and offering our life to these beings, sentient and non-sentient, rocks and stones and shoes and brooms, whatever they may be. So, what is direct experiencing and what is an object of direct experiencing? Well, here's an example. We can start with this. Okay, let's try again. So what is direct experiencing and what is an example of direct experiencing and what is an object that is indirect to direct experiencing? We may also bring out another object of direct experiencing. Question.
Um, so, what do you use this for? The the object of direct experience.
So what do we use the object of direct experiencing for? We are using the object of direct experiencing to stop the afflicted mind, to step back from involvements with conflict, to step back from involvements with contrivance, to step back from involvements with complicated thinking. This is the essential practice of Chan, and we should call it Chan rather than calling it Zen. Zen is a Japanese school that has not been successful, and I'm not completely sure if it was ever particularly successful. Whereas Chan is the, we can say, direct source to the Buddha's original meaning. And there are many texts and many teachings in Buddhism that are trying to create or support the focal point of direct experiencing, to see what is here now, to breathe what is here now, to hear what is here now. And what is here now? Direct experiencing. Now, if you do not breathe, then your body will die. So breathing is a wonderful access point or focal point for direct experiencing.
So it's almost as being mindful and being present.
It is almost as if being mindful, it is almost as if being presence itself or being mindfulness itself, we can call it, rather than practicing mindfulness.
Right.
So direct experiencing is a matter of being mindfulness itself. In the Dhamma or in the Buddhist teachings, we don't really care about being right. Being right is not helpful. Being right is not worthwhile. Being right is a joke. But helping people is really what we want to do as people on the way, as people who have been successful in what? In accessing direct experiencing, and through that, healing the body, healing the mind, healing the heart, healing our psychology, healing our relationships with other people, healing the earth, healing the brain, the lungs, the bones, everything. We follow precepts. Are you familiar with precepts? So precepts are like adjustments that are known to work, adjustments that are known to help, adjustments that are known to be effective in terms of unafflicting afflicted states of mind, reducing difficulty and reducing confusion and reducing conflict. So in Buddhism, we have, and I'll just stop for a moment to invite and to remind everyone, whatever platform you may be on, to leave a comment, please, to leave a like, to share this live stream in whatever way you can, and support this activity, because that is really important. And I am not able to do that. So I ask that you will do that and you will help this. And please let it be known that you are here. Okay, I need to know who is here, because I may need help with something that I may not be able to do right now. And I don't have another way to go about it, especially if I don't know that you're here. So please let me know that you're here. Precepts are adjustments that allow us to get started in healing and in making the situation that we're in workable, and also making direct experiencing more accessible, so that we do not become constantly lost in our confused thinking, in our judgments, in our anger, in our fear, in our greed. in our arrogance, in our pride. We have just received a message, dear community. This is quite auspicious. We have just received a message from someone named Keith Alt that they are looking for resources to become a monk, and they cannot find any temples accepting new monks for ordination. If you can help, if I can help, thank you. So you will need to contact me directly. I can help you ordain. I can help many people to become monks and nuns. I have already helped people to become monks and nuns. You have to be serious. Being a monk is about as serious as it gets. It's more serious than becoming a Marine. It is more serious than becoming a member of a royal family or getting married. So you will need to contact me directly and I will interview you. And if you are a good candidate, then I will tell you what the next steps will be. For anyone who doesn't know how to contact me, you can email me is an accessible way, is a direct way to contact me. My email is bantevp@gmail.com, which stands for Bante Varapanyo or Bante Varapanyo at gmail.com. So that is BHANTEVP@gmail.com. And I am starting to open the field to have practice interviews with people who have been following me or studying under me, learning under me for some time. I will now start to open the space for practice interviews. And I may begin in particular cases to start to take students. I can't say that for sure yet, but I can offer practice interviews at this time. We can make arrangements. Go ahead.
Um, I would just, I understand why we need like an object to help us to be present. I would just, I guess, go processing it.
The object on which we offer our awareness, or the object which is the entry point for direct experiencing, is sacredness itself, is preciousness itself. And even though we may start the meditation object journey by focusing on our breath or focusing on a box of incense or something like that, we are opening ourselves up to recognize the sacredness of all life, the sacredness of all experiences, the sacredness of all moments. Now, in truth, there is nothing that is particularly sacred or defiled. There is nothing that is particularly good or evil, but trust me, you don't want to get into a tussle with a demon. There's no doubt about that. But fundamentally, fire is hot, is only a means of directly experiencing fire. There is not a heat to fire. It is just a matter of direct experiencing. And in terms of healing major issues, major sicknesses or addictions or evils in our blood or in our body or mind, we need to help a lot of people, actually.
To to give is to receive.
To donate is to make blessings. To give and to receive inter-are, but guest and host should be recognized as guest and host. Um, Giving should be recognized as giving. Receiving should be recognized as receiving. Even though giving is not really giving and receiving is not really receiving, we should recognize them as such because we're serious about this. We're not playing games. We are talking about and in the process of leaving this country, getting out of the United States, actually, seriously. So we have to be very careful about impracticality, not being practical. We have to be very careful or practical about drinking water. Certainly, we're not going to disregard that or look down on that. And in the same way, our spiritual life is even more important. How we care for ourselves, how we care for our loved ones, how we care for our environment, how we care for the people that we, want to be there for and support and take care of, no matter what. And it's really easy to fall into this space of laxity or openness to impracticality or openness to kind of going with the flow. Dharma practitioners do not go with the flow. The spiritual path is not about going with the flow. The spiritual path is called going upstream, like a salmon. And if you go far enough upstream, your body will not rot like a salmon's body does. A salmon did not go far enough stream. They still have to pay back a lot of karma. So their body rots. And what is it to pay back karma? It is that what you do, you get back. Whatever you do, you get back. It is cause and effect. So the payback is what you get back. So you have to be exceedingly careful about what you do and how you do it. Definitely don't play around.
Isn't that impossible to not take an action? Like, how would you know the consequence until you take the actions?
One moment, dear brother.
Mm-hmm.
Just making an announcement. Is that your family?
Oh no, I don't know where my mom is.
So, what question?
um, when you were saying about karmas and paying back, how would you know uh, about the consequence of your actions? Like, how would you know
Through
about
direct experiencing, you notice.
that?
And the more that we, getting back to precepts, the more that we prioritize following precepts rather than meeting our desires, the more clearly and directly we will know about cause and effect. What you're bringing up is why most people don't believe in cause and effect, because it seems to be very, very difficult to know about or to see cause and effect, to be aware of cause and effect. And yet, they even say that only you have to be a Buddha to really understand karma, the subtleties of karma, or the subtleties of rebirth. You have to be enlightened. But even this is cause and effect, right? This is cause and effect, and we are learning about and we are experiencing cause and effect in this experience. So, following precepts means that we are no longer uh, in a state of desire and fear all the time. We will still be in that state a lot of the time, probably, but we won't be in it all of the time. And this will set up quite a different way of being, or a different way of accessing our true nature, because we will not simply be, trying to meet our desire all the time. We won't be living like that because we will have precepts to follow. And there are higher and lower precepts. And the Buddha's instruction was that before he passed away, that you can abandon the lower precepts. But depending on our level, and also depending on our choice and how we want to live our life, we must be quite clear about practicing as many precepts as we can. Otherwise, we will not be able to understand ourselves or meet the needs of our desire and our fear. Precept is to meet the need of desire. Precept is to meet the need of fear, and that is to dissolve it. That is to resolve it. We make a resolution to meet the need of fear or meet the need of desire itself, rather than this chasing around process, right? This desire that pushes us to chase around. Um, Another reminder, especially for our friends watching on YouTube Live, please leave a comment, please leave a like, and if you are able, share this stream. And on TikTok, of course, you know the drill. Tap, 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 tap as much as you can. Let's get the rainbow emojis in the chat, share, make sure that you're following, and make sure that you're staying connected in the way that you need to at this time.
The top of the stream. When you said swim up the top of the stream, what's up at the top of the stream?
Buddha, awakening, resolution, finishing, ending, beginning, beginningless, non-ending. It is no birth and no death. And it is experiencing it. And it is not being afraid of experiencing it. It is being non-afraid. It is to have non-fear about no birth and no death, and how confusing that is, and how interesting that is to be in a state where nothing is arising, actually, and nothing is passing away, actually, and we are experiencing that. And we are experiencing that in such a way where it's very clear that we are more aware, we are more alive, we are more vividly connected to our intuition or to our direct understanding than we have ever been before. And yet nothing is arising and nothing is passing away continuously. And that we are emanations of that, or expressions of that non-arising. We are expressions of non-passing away. So in that way, your material body will decompose or may decompose, but your nature body or your Buddha body will be free from decomposition. That is why it is said that the Buddha did not die. The Buddha did not die. The Buddha entered parinibbana, which is final nibbana or complete nibbana, complete enlightenment, complete truth, complete freedom. And we have to watch out for just making up things and saying things like we are all one. We are all fools. We are all killing this planet. We are all not taking care of the children of this world. We all stand by as Gaza falls. We all stand by as Ukraine and Russia and Syria and Libya and Uganda and Haiti are ravaged by corporations and militant groups. So we don't talk like that anymore. We commit ourselves to changing our lives and protecting people and helping people. We are all one. It is much more accurate to say that we are all fools and we don't know what to do. And let's try to fix it. Let's try to heal it. Let's try to resolve this step by step, not in a crazy way, but in a stable way. So the Buddha's parinibbana was a returning to the source. It was a source returning to the source from which it had never left. And it is really like that. So the Buddha is still alive, still with us in parinibbana. The Buddha as enlightenment, or the Buddha as the continuation of remembering. Now, it is said, and I would like to know a little bit more about this, but it is said that this will also pass away, so that there will be a Dharma ending age, and this is where Maitreya comes in. So basically, that it is not that the Buddha will be forgotten or that Buddhism will be forgotten about or not known about, but that people's acuities or people's conditions will no longer be able to receive Dhamma. They will no longer be able to understand remembering. So that's what I've heard. I'd like to know more about it. But it can be difficult to get into the textual records. It's very dense. Buddhism, a lot of people, like On here, my friend On here, who I'm really blessed to be with right now, um, had mentioned that he loves philosophy, isn't it? So really, Buddhism is the preeminent school of Eastern philosophy. Buddhism is the pinnacle of Asian philosophy, for sure. And really, we let Western philosophy be what Western philosophy is. I don't want to appropriate the authority or the importance of whatever Western philosophy is. I don't understand it. I don't really know about it, to be honest. But Buddhism is proven, shown to be a effective way of understanding reality on the most ultimate levels, on the most subtle levels. And the records, the poetry, the expositions, the teachings, the Dhamma that has been expounded and collected in libraries and caves and that has been preserved since ancient India is not superficial, and it is not religious. Some of it may have those leanings, some of it may have those aspects, but the everything that exists in Buddhism as a philosophy is teachings and practices and explanations of the nature of reality and the mind and everything. So uh, we should give credit where credit is due, which really means for me to give our attention to where we should. And that's looking into Buddhist teachings, that's trusting our gut, that is donating to monks and nuns and supporting them to do the work that they feel is most important to do. Temples and teachers and Dhamma-based relationships. And we also have to recognize like the root or the depth of our mental illness. So most people are seriously mentally ill. Let's be honest about it. And a lot of people who are interested in spirituality or Buddhism or getting onto the path are have serious mental health issues that are unresolved, that haven't been worked on, that are going on unchecked. And when you combine that with a Western education and privilege, so that we're kind of living like kings or queens, or we're living like royalty just because we happen to be come into being in a Western situation, it creates a deeply mentally ill spirit or a deeply mentally ill person that is self-righteous and arrogant. And it's very difficult to work with people like that, and they won't listen, and they won't donate, and they aren't respectful, and they enjoy causing problems. Actually, it gives them a sense of involvement, and it gives them a sense of meaning. And what I'm trying to convey to people is that getting a sense of meaning from causing problems is exactly what means that you are mentally ill. It is exactly what means that you need to donate more, and that you need to find a teacher or find a community or find real teachings so that you can um, change the situation that you're in, and so that you can stop harming yourself or stop harming other people. Please.
Earlier you was talking about the difference between Zen, which is a Japanese practice, and
Chan.
Chan.
Mm.
Do you mind explain a little bit deeper about Chan?
So Chan has some connections to Taoism, and there is from the Tao Te Ching, there is the phrase or the guidance that the Tao that can be spoken of is not the Tao, right? The Chan that can be spoken of is not the Chan. And of course, Zen is just an extension of Chan. So Zen means Chan. Zen's root is in Chan. So of course, if you want to take ginseng, you want the root, you don't want the leaves. And there may be a case to say that Japanese Zen is a leaf that is not healthy, right? And I hopefully I will learn more about it, but there is some understanding that I've heard about that. Certainly, they've severed their monastic tradition. Now, I want to be clear that when we identify sickness, or when we call out mentally ill people, or when we recognize suffering, this is not hate. This is kindness. This is generosity. This is forgiveness. And it's really sad that a lot of people are so arrogant that they presume to assume that someone calling out problems hates problems. I do not hate problems. I am interested and involved in fixing problems, all kinds of different problems. That's my life. So calling them out and pointing to them is essentially how we begin to fix problems and become more aware of them. You don't need to defend yourself with me, because I just want you to be happy. I don't want anything else for you or for anyone else who's here. I want you to be free. I want you to be wise. I want you to be loved. I don't care if you're a Buddhist. I don't care if you're a meditator. I care that you understand yourself a little bit more clearly, and that you start focusing on helping people. That's what I care about. if we want to go more into Chan, for me and like where my level is, it's more appropriate that I use textual sources. Yeah, and I do have some around here. Not as close as I would like to, but I think we will get one of those. Cilantro extract. Some people may know, some people may not, that I've been working on a parasite cleanse and just a full body rejuvenation work, removing blockages in the body and taking more care of my physical health. So this cilantro extract is a part of that. From my understanding, cilantro removes heavy metals from the brain. So you'll have to take my word on that, but I definitely do recommend cilantro. And I recommend 1 squeeze of the dropper to 2 ounces of water 2 to 3 times a day. 1 squeeze of the dropper to 2 ounces of water. Well, let's do a little bit more. Cilantro is quite healthy. It's alcohol.
Oh, it have a.
It's processed with alcohol, yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Let me get Foyan. Foyan should be over here.
Gotcha.
Actually, I had a bit of a disagreement with him, so I really would like to check in about that. I think that we can move this to here. Ready? Consider the case of Grand Maestro Ma. Seeing a monk going downstairs, the maestro called to him, "O worthy!" When the monk turned his head, the maestro said, "From birth to death, it is just this person. Why turn your head and revolve your brains?" That monk understood the essential message at these words. What is the logic of this? From birth to death, it is just this person. Tell me, what person is it? So we've already gone too far. We've already got into the trap here, but okay, consider the case of Grand Maestro Ma. Seeing a monk going downstairs, the maestro called to him, "O worthy!" When the monk turned his head, the maestro said, "From birth to death, it is just this person. Why turn your head and revolve your brains?" That monk understood the essential message at these words. So, non-reactivity.
Revolve your head.
So Grand Maestro Ma saw this monk going downstairs, and he called to him and said, "O worthy one," right? "O venerable." O monk. And then the monk turned his head, and the maestro said, from birth to death, so from birth to death, it is just this person.
It's just this person.
We can say it is just this direct experiencing. From birth to death, it is just this direct experiencing. So, why turn your head and revolve your brains? Why react? Why respond? Why grasp? When, from birth to death, it is just this direct experiencing. That monk understood the essential message at these words.
How do you understand that?
I do not understand it because it is not to respond or to react.
Of the monk?
It is just this person from birth to death, from here to now. It is just this person. So why revolve your brains? Why try to figure it out? Why try to solve it? Why try to understand it? Because from beginning to end, since forever, it is just this direct experiencing. It is just this person. So if we look, or if we see this object of direct experiencing, why and how would you react to this? From the appearance of this to when it disappears, which it surely will, it is just this. So why would you react to it? Why would you try to understand it? What is there to solve in just this? There's nothing to solve in it. There's nothing to understand in it. Understanding is understanding in itself. It is happening without turning your head. You don't need to turn your head to respond. Not turning your head is responding, is non-respondence. So what would Grand Master Ma have done if that monk did not turn his head? What would you do if Grand Master Ma called you worthy?
My perspective when he was reading it, it's as if he was testing the monk, like, oh, worthy one. He didn't have to turn his head unless he was worthy, unless he was the one. Almost as he was just testing the monk. Because if he didn't turn his head, it was just another day. He was just passing by.
Are you worthy? So maybe Grandmaster Ma was saying, are you worthy?
And if he was worthy, why accepting? Why turning your head?
So Grandmaster Ma says, O worthy, and when the monk turned his head, the maestro said, from birth to death, it's just this person. Why turn your head and revolve your brains? That monk understood the essential message at these words. Do we understand the essential message at these words? You must. You have to. You have no choice. Do we understand the essential message of this item or this being or this happening? We have no choice. It is choiceless in itself. The seeing is the eye of Nibbana. The hearing is the ear of Nibbana. What else can it be? It cannot be anything but this, just this. And it has always been just this. You can't help but understand. That is why mental illness can be cured. That is why physical illness can be cured. Because it is curing itself. It is finishing itself. In the arising, the passing away is it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me get my mittens.
Yep.
Yeah, one sec. Close. Okay, let's give it a try. Your question?
do you mind repeating the code of he's saying to the monk after he turned his head?
From birth to death, it is just this person. Why revolve your brains? Why turn your head and revolve your brains?
Revolve your brain.
From birth to death, it is just like this. From birth to death, from beginning to end, it is just direct experiencing. So why respond? Why react? Why turn your head? Do not rely on your perceptions about monks or spiritual people. Your perceptions are illusions, delusions. I am not here to be a person for you. I am here to teach you about reality and the path. I am here to allay your doubts. I am here to forgive you. I'm not here to be understood by you. You cannot understand me, for sure. How could you if I have not yet even completed the process of understanding myself? And this does link into how we interact with one another as loving, caring people and human beings. But it is also especially this teaching about higher and lower have no place in the truth. So step back from your perceptions of this way or that way so that you can abide in the truth and that you can actually know about me and experience me as a teacher, as a monk, as a spiritual person who has been trained, who has gone through hell and back to be here with you.
Question.
Yeah.
Was that a translation or?
It is a translation from the original Chinese by Thomas Cleary.
Gotcha.
And that was only the beginning.
Gotcha.
So let's go to the next verse.
One last question. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead, yeah.
When he said, this one person, and then he said, you. So, this one person and you should be different, right?
What?
you said there's only from birth to death. There's only this person. Why you turn ahead? So this person, was he talking about a monk, or what is this person?
He's talking about you. Let's go on.
Gotcha.
What is the logic of this? From birth to death, it is just this person. So it's a quote, right? What is the logic of this? From birth to death, it is just this person. Or from birth to death, it is just like this. Tell me, what person is it? Or tell me, what is it? As soon as you arouse the intention to see this person, as soon as you arouse the intention to see just this, then you do not see just this. Then you do not see just this person. Just this as a person is Buddha. Just this as a person is Buddha. So he is talking about Buddha. As soon as you arouse the intention to see this person, then you do not see this person. As soon as you arouse the intention to see the Buddha, then you do not see the Buddha. This person is hard to see. Very, very hard. People today simply say, this is this person. Who else is there? So people just respond. They say, this is this person. This is it. Who else is there? This is it. What else is there? People today, these days, are like that. There couldn't be any other. 99 out of 100 understand in this way. What grasp do they have? If you interpret in this way, how can you understand the matter of from birth to death? And how can you immediately see it as just this person? So if we are grasping onto this notion of this is just this, then how can you see it? You are grasping the teaching. You are grasping just this, right? You are seeking. There's intention there. There's grasping there. There's holding there. There's chasing there. So how could you see it? This person, or just this, is hard to see. Very, very hard. People today simply say, this is this person. Who else is there? There couldn't be any other. So this is just this. What else could it be? There couldn't be anything else but just this. 99 out of 100 understand in this way. What grasp have they? So what real gumption or what real connection do they have to this just this truth? If you interpret in this way, so if you interpret in this way of grasping onto just this, then how can you understand the matter of from birth to death? Because if it's just this, well then there's no birth and death, but there is birth and death right here. Is there not? Are you not subject to birth and death? Right? And how can you immediately see it as just this person? If you're holding some idea about it is just this, how could it be something else? Then how could you immediately see it as just this person, or just this, or just Buddha? If you do not see this person, you have no idea how your mortal being will end up. What about, clear point, what about this lecturing and listening right now? Is there actually lecturing and listening, or is there no lecturing and listening? If you say you are standing there while I am sitting here, I am lecturing and you are listening, any villager can say such things. How can you call yourself Zenists? How can you call yourself a Chan practitioner? Anybody can say that. Any fool, any mentally ill person, any demon, any good or evil or high or low person, anybody, any villager, any person can say that, right? Can have that understanding. So if we are concerned with just this or the truth or the ultimate or nibbana, how can you rely on that kind of way that I am lecturing and you are listening? How can you fixate on something like that? Anybody can, a dog, a dog can have that understanding, not to diminish dogs, but so how could you call yourself a Zenist or a Chan practitioner, someone who's in the way? If you say there is no lecturing and no listening, still he made the statement, from birth to death it's just this person. So this statement was made. You can't deny that. Therefore, when you get to this point, you need to find a realized individual to discern precisely. This is something that's very beautiful, and something that I've come across before, and I feel very grateful to be able to share it now. So please, in invoking this and in bringing this up, I'd like to invite our friends on TikTok, our friends on YouTube, to leave a like, to leave a comment, and we can listen to this here. Are you spending the night here, brother? Are you sleeping?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's my mom.
Oh, and please invite her to come in for a moment, just for a second. Please come in. Xin chào. Azida Fat. Please take a seat. Yeah, just for a moment. You come through, you come and sit, okay? What is your name?
My name is Joe.
Oh, Joy.
Joe.
Wow, I'm very happy to hear from you. I've been sitting and talking with your son An for a number of hours, and it's really been a gift to be able to meet him and learn about him, and I'm really surprised about his level, and that he is able to take care of his mental health and his physical health so deeply. I'm really surprised about him, and I'm grateful that you both came here today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I can introduce myself a little bit to you, if that's all right. I am Bhante Warapanyo. I am a Buddhist monk from America. I'm American, and I ordained in 2018. So I became Bhikshu in 2018 in Thailand. I first went to the pagoda when I was 20-year-old in 2014, and I stayed there. I lived there for 1 year. And that led me to eventually go to Thailand and become a monk. And before I went to Thailand, I received some support and some help from a Truklam meditation master. Do you know Truklam?
Truklam.
And he is in Florida right now, in Jacksonville, Florida, and he is a very powerful teacher. So I carry him with me. I have been to Vietnam a few times. I have many Vietnamese follower and relationship with Vietnamese nun and lay people. So, if you have any question, then I'm happy to answer for you, share with you.
So actually, for this trip, so I brought my son here, so to help him because she just had a trauma. I don't know if my English is okay.
Well, you were successful because we've done a lot of work here tonight, and I think that he for sure is going to be okay, and that he's going to improve a lot. And I don't know what his feeling is, but I don't need to say it, but I will, that I'm here to support and to help and to keep in touch with him, and that he can know about me and stay close to me as he needs or as he likes. Um, as a monk, uh, we we rely on people like you and people like your son, and also you rely on us. So creating these relationships is not just important for me or important for your son or for you, but for everyone. This is how we can help um, this country in some way, but especially how we can help Vietnam and how we can help the people that we care about. So I hope that we will stay connected in one way or another. I'm really I'm really surprised about the auspicious roots that you have and that your son has. Really surprising. There must be some history in your family that is really powerful, because your son is not in a normal state of mind, and he is able to work with a lot of different things that usually, if someone were involved with those things, they would not be able to be in a state like this. So there are very. Do you know this word, auspicious roots? Do you remember what it is in Vietnamese?
Như là có nguồn gốc lành lặn, nguồn gốc lành lặn, nguồn gốc của mình. Như nãy thầy nói, nhiều uống cái chung sen, mình uống cái nước, thì cái nước nó lạnh.
I understand.
I think I try my best to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
So I read Thai's book.
Mm.
So I read many books. So before I just I have no idea. So I have a lot of expression going on. So
It is better if you listen.
I listen.
It is much better if you listen, and you want to listen as much as you can, and you want to search for the French teachers or the Dhamma teachers who can speak Vietnamese. So Tay has many talks, but you will need to search for them. You will need to find them, and you listen to them as much as you can. There are also many special meditation masters in Vietnam. Most of them are hidden. So it is known that there are very wealthy monk in Vietnam and celebrity monk and these kind of people. Some of them are real meditation master, but many of them are not. And there are many hidden ones. So you will need to search. And when you find them, you will know by your hearing, by your listening. And then you get your headphone, you get your YouTube, you get your device, your tools, and then you're listening to them more and more and more. There are also nuns, but you will need to search harder for them because they are more hidden. Actually, they are mostly concerned with staying safe because of the history in Vietnam. They do not want to risk the tradition. They want to protect it. But the answer for sure is that you listen as much as you can, more than you can, all the time. Sometimes we get this idea about, we want to meditate in a special way, or we want to have a silence in our mind, these kind of thing. Not too much important, actually, because the Dhamma is already with us. The Buddha is already with us. So we don't need to struggle or to fight so that we can have a special meditation. If we listen to the real Dhamma teacher, and you will find them. You already know about Te, so you just find his talks. That's it. And then naturally other people will appear. Okay. Then it will change very quickly. And you don't need to meditate in a different way than that.
Yeah.
You just listen, listen,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, I found listening to the Dharma talk is very helpful to me. So it seems like I listen to Dharma talk a lot of, like, most of the time I have for now.
And in Arizona, do you have a teacher? Do you know bhikshunis in Arizona?
Uh,
Do you know monk or nun in Arizona?
I know one monk in Arizona, and so like his temple like 40 minutes away from our home. So, and I also like don't have much time to visit the temple. So most of the time I study, I listen myself from YouTube. I listen to Dharma from YouTube.
What is your busyness? What are you busy with?
Like in the day, like the working day. So I work in the university. Um, and weekend, so I spend time with my daughter and my mom. I take care of them, so I spend a lot of time with them.
Well, if you're living like that, you should be happy, isn't it?
Yeah. So before that, I struggled because I my family was in Arizona, but I I was here in LA alone. And at that time we just moved from Vietnam, so we had so many difficulties, and I had to leave my family in Arizona, and I moved here in LA for 4 years. So, and then I lost my job. Then um, I came back Arizona. So for now I feel much better than before. Even like before, I can earn more money, but like for now, I'm more happy because I understand that money is not everything. I need to take care, and I need to live with my family.
Who did you meet with today?
Sorry,
Who did you meet with today?
today. Um, so today
You like some tea? A little bit?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Today we met brother Papsu. Yeah, just one. But
How did you know about him?
I didn't I didn't know about him. I just met him on the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we sat and we talked to him a little bit.
If we want to be happier or if we want to be healthier, then we mainly need to seek the Dhamma. And even though in Vietnam there have been difficulties and mistakes made by the Sangha, do you know these words? Dhamma, Sangha?
Yeah, I know.
And there had been mistake made by the government, but we need to remember more that this is the most powerful tradition in human history. This is our this is the heart of the world, the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, actually. And most people, they may want to change their life, and they may want to be more happy, and they don't know anything about what to do. They have no idea who to talk to, and they go to a Western doctor or medical doctor, and they are, after just a few minutes, they are prescribed research chemicals.
Yeah.
And many of these people take their own life. So when we get to a certain level, um, it is not anymore just about ourselves, not just about if I feel more happy or if I feel more peaceful or anything, but we start to take responsibility for the world.
Yeah.
We take responsibility for the janitor at the university. We take responsibility for those children. We take responsibility for everyone. And because you are active, because you are involved in your life, you need help to do that. You cannot do it alone. And your husband will be limited to help you. So we have to seek, if we want to develop, if we have that feeling, which it's healthy, if we have that feeling, we need to seek the Dhamma, we need to seek the Buddha, we need to seek the Sangha, and we need to know that they are there. We need to build relationship with them, especially nuns. Many nuns, they do not have people taking care of them or supporting them. They are very powerful, they can heal people, they can answer many questions, they can help children to be free from themselves. And, you know, as a lay person, you you have that responsibility to find them. You know, if you want to be healthier, if you want to be happier, if you want to be more free, if you want your children and your family to be safe, we need to find these people. You know, and many Vietnam, they had to come here from the war. So there are many hidden temple. You would be surprised, you know, if you go to Google Map and you search for pagoda, or you search for Tien Phuc, or you search for Buddha meditation, you search, you find, and you have to be a strong woman. You go and you see who is there and what they are doing with the Buddha and what they are doing with Kwanteam Bota. You cannot just hang out. You have to find out. And in this way you can help so much. It is like more important than water. So of course, even if we don't drink water for 1 day or 2 days, we have to drink water. We have to seek, we have to find, we have to go to the pagoda. Why do we go to the pagoda? Because we are a fool, because we are a low person, because we want someone to take advantage of us? No, that is not why we go to the pagoda. We go to see what is happening there. What are they doing with the Buddha? What are they doing with Kwan We have to remember Kwan you know. If we want to be happy and be free and live our life, if we don't want like that, we, well, we smoke cigarette, and we go to drink alcohol, and we go to just do whatever we feel like doing, you know. Many people are like that.
So I think one of my difficulty is that my husband family is the Christian. So when I started to enlighten by thầy talk, by thầy Dharma talk, and by thei's book. So I didn't want his support. So then I tried to practice myself with the sangha actually, but online. So in the morning, every morning, so I sit with the sangha, and so just like 1 hour, 20 minutes meditations, and then we read the the book, the Dharma book.
What Sangha is it?
This is No Hồng.
Vietnamese Sangha, Vietnamese group.
Vietnamese
Are there monks and nuns in there?
Mm,
So people who are serious about the Dhamma
yeah.
become monks and nuns. That's the reality. If people are serious about the Dhamma, but they do not become monks and nuns, it is because they do not have enough blessings to do so, actually. You have a serious problem with your husband and with Christians, and actually they can be very dangerous, and they will not like what you are doing. So if you are doing like that, and you are doing this practice, that is a serious practice, that's very powerful. You will get many blessings from doing like that. If you are alone where you live and you are doing that, it is actually quite dangerous. You need to find a Sangha near you. You need to find a Shakyan near you. You know, Shakyamuni Buddha. That's the Buddha's clan. Find the bhikkhunis, find the nuns that are nearby you and around you. It is safer to find the nuns, but it may be more difficult to find them. But you have difficulty. So you should be okay with difficulty, and the right kind of difficulty to search for them. You live in Arizona, there are many monks and nuns in Arizona, so you have to find them. And at that time you can develop a relationship easily with a nun. They can protect you, they can support you. And then when you have many blessings and you have more concentration, and when you have more fearlessness, you will also not be alone. So those people will not be safe, will not be comfortable to interfere with you. Yeah. And it's not very important to sleep. It's not very important to take breaks or to take rest. It's very important to go and find Sangha, or to take care of your spiritual life. So don't trick yourself into being tired. If you are tired, then you will get old quickly. If you are not tired, then you will stay young. Tired people, they age very quickly. People who do not submit to tiredness, they do not, it is not easy for them to get old. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's read this short part here. Therefore, when you get to this point, you need to find a realized individual to discern precisely, to understand precisely. Maybe you can do an active translation for your mom?
Oh, for sure.
You repeat after me. Therefore, when you get to this point, you need to find a realized individual to understand precisely.
I'm sorry, I'm not really
Here,
with
just,
it yet.
yeah, you try to read it.
Okay, the first.
Yeah, the first line up there.
Bởi vậy khi bạn tới điểm này, bạn cần một người đã realize, một người đã biết rồi, để hỏi hoặc là để discern precisely.
Cách chính xác.
Thank you.
This is the master speaking, the writer. Before I had understood, I was totally helpless, so I asked of my teacher. Just that line.
I think
Yeah.
so.
You okay? You got it?
Yeah.
It is better if we can translate, but it's okay. As soon as I ask question, my teacher would just say, I don't understand. I don't know. I am not as good as you. I also asked if Zen or Tien is ultimately easy to learn or hard to learn. He just told me, "You are all right. Why are you asking about difficulty and easiness?" Learning Zen is called a gold and shit phenomena. Before you understand it, it is like gold. When understood, it is like shit. I did not accept this at the time, but now that I have thought it over, although the words are difficult, the message in them is not shallow. So a primary teaching that I am emphasizing and helping people with is to develop the understanding of not understanding, to develop a relationship with understanding not understanding. And this is a very safe place to be, and it is a very open space in which to enter direct experiencing. So Tay teach about this in the way of just drink your tea. And you may also, if your group is a good group that you join in the morning, you can let them know, you can make announcement that you are looking for a pagoda or a monk or nun, or if they can recommend someone to you, to find out about.
Yeah. So actually, that group based in California.
Oh.
So before I was here, when I work here, so I work with them. And then when I moved to Arizona, so I still keep in touch with them and practice via Zoom in the early morning from like 6 to 7 every morning. But they have actually they have relationship with nuns and monks here
at this temple.
Yeah, at this temple. But like I haven't got chance to talk in person with them.
You can also make arrangements, and this would be very good, to come and stay here with the nuns for a week or 2 weeks. And this is so much more important. I remember when I was growing up as a young person, my mother was a single mother. So we had a broken family, split very early. So, so sad. And both sides of my family focus on vacation, taking vacation, and finding a way to go and stay with the Sangha, or to stay with the Sangha or meditation retreat is so much more important than going on a vacation. So if you believe in vacation, or if you have some idea about vacation, then you can switch it to coming to stay with the sisters here at Deer Park for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and it will help a lot.
Yeah, I understand that, and I wish I could, but like as I said, so if I go, so my husband gonna be suffer a lot. So then I'd rather stay at home to take care of the whole family than spend a week in the monastery. Yeah.
You must do both. Don't make this or that, because you must do both. Because you are serious about this. You can't blame anyone else because you are serious about this. Isn't it? Don't blame me. Because, I've been here for a while, so I'm happy to see you. But I don't want you to pick one or the other, because you already picked one, and You cannot exclude the other. You cannot push out the other.
I try to persuade them, so I want to go for family retreat so everyone can come together. But actually, we haven't got any chance yet.
No. That will not work. You have to become more powerful before you can do that. You have to become quite a bit more powerful before you can do that. It's possible. So many things are possible, and if your husband was not a very nice man, you would not be with him, and your son would also not be the way that he is.
He's
So
the nice man, but it's just like he doesn't understand what I'm doing.
that's because you are not powerful enough yet to explain to him, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we very grateful to that
Of course.
he spend
Well,
a lot of time for my son.
We've had such a
and
wonderful time together. I can't tell you.
I'm so happy. So even I stay out there for like 3 hours already
Oh my
in the
goodness.
cold, but I'm so
Oh my
happy
goodness
because
gracious.
my like I wish I brought my son here to meet with someone, to meet with them, like a monk or a nun, and we like I wait for whole day today. So we just hang around, and I think we are so lucky to have you, and he come to talk to you, and I'm so happy. So my tears is about to come out because I'm so happy.
Can I ask your permission to give your son a gift?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Can you give to him?
So very grateful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. You get home safe, all right?
Yeah, thank you. I want to help him a lot, but like I'm not powerful. Like you said, I'm
You
not
are.
powerful.
You are
anymore.
powerful, but the work that we want to do is to help everyone.
Yeah.
So you cannot say or you cannot think that you are not helping your son, because I know about many people, different levels, and your son is a really good boy, and he aging very slowly. So he is healthy, and he is ready to do what he needs to do, and to take care of himself, and I'm sure that he will do it. He will continue to do it. And whenever you are in need, or whenever your son is in need, I am here to support you. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe
Contact của thầy.
let me write down my name,
Yeah.
so you can find me on Facebook, or maybe you have your phone. You have something. I don't do much writing, so I don't have a pen. Facebook.
Facebook. Mẹ không thấy.
Okay. Anytime.
Thank you for inviting me in.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for the tea.
Here's a gift. Thanks for helping me clean my room.
Oh yeah. Wish you best in your journey. Close to it.
Yeah, you can close it. So friends, this is the good and the right stopping point. Thank you all for joining us. And as I said before, I will start to hold and conduct as long as I'm able to stay alive and stay in a healthy state. Start to conduct practice interviews. So if you would like to have an interview, a private meeting with me about your spiritual life, your meditation, your understanding, I will be open to scheduling those. You can reach me at bantevp@gmail.com. So BANTEVP@gmail.com. If you would like to make a donation and support me, whether it is a monthly commitment or a lump sum, you can donate to me at the website monklife.one, and you will see there is a donate button there. If you would like to make a larger donation, or if the options that are there on the donate page are not accessible to you, are not good for you, you can also reach out to me directly, and I can share my Venmo or Zelle or anything like that, so that you will be comfortable and easy to make a donation. Okay? Thank you all so much for being here. Let's finish with a little bit of chanting. We will do Namo Tassa, and then we will do Guan Yin Pusa, and then we will do 3 sadhus. Welcome to join me. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Namo Tassa Bhagavato Namo Tassa Bhagavato Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Guan Shu Yin Pusa. 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 Sadhu. 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 Let's finish with a sharing of the merits. Everyone, please repeat after me. May all the merits that we have done till now be dedicated and offered out towards all beings. May beings near or far away, may beings at peace or in distress, may beings that are known or unknown, may they be nourished by our merits. May they be protected by our merits. May they be enlightened according to non-merit. May all beings be well, happy, and at peace. And may we all find freedom from suffering in neither arising nor passing away. May birth and death come to an end. May the bombing in Gaza stop. May the war in Gaza stop. May the Holocaust in Gaza stop. May it be, may it be, may it truly, 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 truly be. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends, please don't forget to leave a like and share. Help more people come across these teachings and this peace. Thank you.